What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a little different type of video. A lot of you guys always ask me shit about weed and if I smoke, if I'm for it, if I'm against it. I do smoke marijuana. I just have never really been open about it. I first started when I was, I want to say 14. And that's what this whole video is about. I'm gonna tell you guys about the first time I experienced my high. Actually, my dumbass experienced my first high off of an edible. And if you guys have had edibles before, you fucking know that edibles hit you insanely hard. I'll let you guys know how that turned out for me, but I want you guys to take a look at Dream. This is Dream, if you guys have not met her already. Dream is my wig. I'm so obsessed with it. It makes me feel like a boss-ass queen princess bitch. I only have 20 minutes to record on this damn memory card, so I'm gonna try to make this quick as possible, you guys. I was raised in a Mexican-ass traditional AF home, meaning that my parents were super against weed, and like I've always been raised thinking that. Freshman year was actually when I was like a super flirt, and that's when I got in a relationship or whatever, and my ex-boyfriend, he was super into weed and stuff, and like since I always thought weed was a negative thing, I was like, dude, like we can't be together if you smoke weed. Like, I'm sorry, we can't. My parents are gonna drug test you, and like, oh my god, like, you know, we can't be together. He kept smoking, obviously. It was hard for him to stop, and I always wondered like, well, why, you know? So that's when I was like, well, I'm curious, like I want to try it. And he didn't ever tell me to like smoke with him or anything. Like I just, you know, I was just curious to try it for myself. So I told my best friend at the time, I was like, hey, are you down to like get high with me? And she's like, yeah, dude, like, yeah. Like we were always like las locas, like we would literally always do shit together, like all the time. So she's like, yeah, like I'm down. And I was like, well, like I don't know a connect, like how does this even work, you know? Like I don't know who to talk to. And she was like, no, like I got it. And she ended up like talking to her cousins, and she was like, well, like I wasn't able to find weed, but I was able to find someone that can, like, you know, make us an edible. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So the next day she came back and she had the brownie, and I would say the brownie was probably like the length of a cosmic brownie. If you guys have not had those, who the fuck hasn't had one of those? It was probably like the length of a cosmic brownie, and then like the thickness was like 3 cosmic brownies layered. Yeah, we both ended up eating a good amount of that brownie. Like there was probably like barely any left. Maybe only like 1/4 of the brownie was left. Wait, is 1/4 like not that much? Yeah, I think so. We only had second period together, so that's when we were like discussing our plan. We were like, okay, like, you know, this is what's gonna go down and stuff. And so we were sitting down, and like, you know, we sat around guys and girls and stuff. So I was like hella hyped, you know, people were hyping me up or whatever, and I felt hella cool. Like that was something that was totally out of like my boundaries. Like I was always a super good girl, like super, like I was always the girl that people would go to for notes. Like I had them super highlighted, underlined. Like we ended up eating it, and like I ate a lot, and I didn't know how edibles work. I didn't know nothing. I knew this much about edibles, about weed in general. So I was like, what the fuck, you know? Like I was just like, well, like when is it supposed to hit me, you know? And you know, that period ended, and we didn't have any more classes together after that. So then the bell rang, and then we were walking to class, and I was like, well, you know, like let's just keep each other updated. Let me know if you feel shit, I guess. And she's like, okay, you know, you too. Third period comes, nothing, and then fourth period comes, and I'm low-key feeling a little bit different. You know when you take an edible and it slowly starts to hit you, but like it's like barely creeping up to like its peak? That's literally what I was going through. So it wasn't like hitting me too bad yet, but I was able to feel a little head change. Finally, lunch came, and like by the time I was walking out of my class, I was really feeling it at that point. I was walking out of class, and that's when I was gonna meet up with my best friend. And then like we got to our bench and we sat down, and I told her, I was like, dude, I was like, I think I'm really fucking high right now. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And everything just started to feel super slow. Like I literally fucking felt like I was in the movie Insidious, like where he like gets out of his body and he's able to see himself. Like I literally felt like I was experiencing an outer body fucking experience. I just felt so weird, and I was like, dude, let's go to the restroom. I was like, I feel like I just need to like, you know, like wet my face a little bit and wash my hands. And she's like, yeah, okay, let's go. And like I literally, like, I was so shook. I was trying so hard to walk right, to walk properly, but my feet literally felt like jello. Like my legs were literally like, we get to the restroom and I'm just like, fuck, bitch, I'm fucking blown. But I was still trying to like control myself because I didn't want to freak out. And then we got back to the bench and I was like, dude, let's just get some food. So we grabbed some food and like I tried to eat, but I was kind of feeling a little bit nauseous. And then that's when I texted my ex-boyfriend and I was like, hey, like, I took an edible, I'm really fucked up right now, like, can you come? Like, I'm kind of freaking out. And he was like, yeah, sure. So he came and he was just laughing at me. He was like, dude, like, how much did you eat? And I told him, he was like, oh my gosh. The bell ended up ringing and he came, and I literally had to wait for him to come walk me to my next class, my 5th period class, because I was not able to walk at that point anymore. I was literally so scared. I felt like I had to grab on to the air because I felt like everything was shaking. Like I literally just felt like everything was like moving like this. Like it was so scary. Like I literally felt like I was going to like just fall straight forward, you know what I mean? We finally got to my 5th period class, and my 5th period teacher, like, she's known me, she taught my sisters, and she taught my brothers, so she really knows me. And I felt like she was just staring at me hella that day, like hella staring at me. So I was just kind of like super nervous. I got in and I sat down. I was just so blank. Like I was not able to think clearly or anything like at all. Like I was not able to focus. And that day we had an essay. It was like a test, or I don't know. I think it was just like an essay, but like it was worth a lot of points. I literally didn't end up filling out even more than half a page. I was not able to concentrate at all, and I felt so nervous. Like it was super quiet in there, and I felt weird. Like I was just getting a little paranoid at that point. I was like, I need to get some water. Like just cut the bullshit. Like stop being a pussy and just, you know, raise your hand and ask if you can get some water, because I had cotton mouth bad, bitch. Like my mouth was like, you know what I mean? Like when you get cotton mouth hella bad. I raised my hand and I was like, can I get some water? The teacher, she was like, yeah, like, you know, that's fine. And when I was walking, I literally felt like I was walking like a fucking snake, like this. And I felt like everybody was staring, and I ended up fucking crashing into a desk because I was so nervous. I crashed at the very front desk that was right next to the door. As I was turning, I crashed, and like I had to freaking just act like nothing happened. So I just continued walking, and then I opened the door, and bitch, it felt like the water fountain was like 50 miles away from me. I was like, what the hell? I cannot walk over there. Like seriously, I felt like I was freaking out. I felt like I was like walking towards hell or something. I don't know, it was super weird. And I was walking and I felt like I was like, oh my god. Like I was like, oh my god. Like it feels so slow. Like have you ever dreamed that like you're getting in a fight with someone and you can never ever sock the bitch or sock the person that you're in the fight with? Like you're always like, but you can never hit them? I don't know, but I literally felt like that. And I finally got water, and I felt like I was there for years. I don't really know if I was there for a long time or not, or if I was just super high that I felt that like I was there forever. But oh my god, this is so annoying. Oh my god, my eyeball. And then I walked back to the classroom. And I knew the fucking teacher knew I was high because she was standing behind me the entire time. Like, as soon as I got back in from drinking water, she just walked straight towards my desk and she just kind of like stood there, and I was like, oh my god. And like when the bell rang, no hombre, dude, I fucking ran. I walked so fast out of there because I was like, no, like I don't want her to talk to me, because I looked so blown. I was like my eyes felt so low. And I got home and I was just super paranoid that like my mom was gonna notice that I was high, because bitch, I ended up staying high as fuck until the end of the day. Like low-key, even the next day I still felt a little like groggy, like I just felt a little like confused. But don't ever underestimate edibles. I think that's one thing people do way too much. Edibles are freaking, they could be your worst enemy, honestly. So just be careful with edibles. Now I really love edibles. I mean, I don't know if it's because I started off with edibles. I don't know. If you guys want to hear my other story, oh my gosh, it's so fucking hilarious, of the first time I actually smoked, let me know. Comment down below. If you guys have some stories to share, go for it. You can leave them down below in the comments. If you guys enjoyed the video, if you guys love Dream, then give this video a like. I would appreciate it. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.